Welcome to Hard Rock Stadium. The smoke machine is rolling, and the Miami Hurricanes making their customary grand entrance onto the field. Today, a clash between a couple of ACC rivals in a game that could have big-time implications for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Yellow Jackets will boot it away to start the game. He'll bring it out. It's Johnson. That gamble did not pay off as they bring it down at the 12-yard line. Offense set on first down. They'll leave it with the lone back. Punches ahead, they'll give him a yard to the 13.
I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. To the air, it's Ward. Got the back over the middle. On the move at the 30. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run.
It's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Martinez on the carry. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse, Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Finds his man. It's Restrepo. And the defense wrestles him to the ground. It's great to send that blitz and get the heat on the quarterback, but you might need a little help on the backside with this guy.
Yeah, because now you're putting your guy in man-to-man situation against an elite receiver, and that's a tough battle to win. But you got to take those chances. You got to be aggressive. The offense won that one. At least it wasn't a huge game-changing play.
They've got it at the 41, 3rd and short, trying to keep the chains moving. Looking to throw for it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. First down here for the offense. gun, the running back looking for room. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Back to throw, it's King. Quick strike complete. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
One was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off cover. But you can tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback strolling away from Heath. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Finds a man by himself. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
The Yellow Jackets have it with a 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Gets it out quickly. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
After the short completion, it's now 2nd down. Goes to the option. Now the pitch. Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. To the air, it's King. Fires to the big fella. Oh, look out, there he goes. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
It's amazing in college football, the tight end position and how much has changed. Back in the day, you're a blocking guy, maybe you catch a flat route. Today, these guys have athleticism, and you just saw it from that dude after the catch on that last one.
Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. Relentless, tough running, gets it down to the 4.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
On 2nd down, wants to throw. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Huge play in the red zone. 3rd and goal coming up. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Touchdown, Georgia Tech! And they break the seal on the scoring. I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with the touchdown.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. To the air, it's Ward. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. And he will wisely scamper out of bounds. No need to take unnecessary hits.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Now looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 26. The corners are walked up tight. He'll throw on 3rd down. Throws for the tight end. It's complete. Got a lot of running room. Running inside the 20. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. 1st and goal from the 7.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
A 1st down run in the red zone. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
On the play. It's now 2nd and goal.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Grabbed in the backfield. It's Arroyo. Touchdown, Miami! Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
On to attempt to try. Right down the boulevard. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. First down to start the drive after the break. Use the play fake, now to throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. To the ground with the back. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
Looking for a man. It's King. Quick completion on the out route.
Well, that's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
That last completion has him set up, 2nd and short. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They'll test the right side. Tackled after picking up the first down.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
And the Yellow Jackets have their offense in high gear. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They'll give it to the back. Smashes through. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
Well, the offense is in a really nice rhythm right now. It seems like no matter what they're dialing up, they're getting positive yards, and it just feels so good as a play caller when you know on first down you can get yards like that turning around and handing it off.
Yeah, and on the other side, you're scratching your head going, what the heck can I do here? You got to find something. The defense has got to find a way to create some momentum. Whatever they're doing right now, it's not working. So you got to keep going through that play sheet and maybe find something a little bit different that can give this offense something to think about.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
That's how you blow up the screen pass if you're on defense. You got to hit the quarterback fast, force the incompletion.
They'll try again on 2nd down after the incompletion. Looking to throw, it's King. Coming after him. Got his man downfield. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
The Yellow Jackets getting set on 1st and 10. On the option. The pitch. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets!
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal. Understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone. Know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and they finished it with a beautiful 15-yard run for the score. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone, it's Johnson. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And
Pulls it in on the left. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
How great is it to have a running back who can basically run your entire route tree? You don't see a lot of guys line up and then run vertically down the field, get open, and make a big play. This dude is special.
After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. They'll turn to Martinez. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Dropping back, it's Ward. Going over the top. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you can tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
And the Hurricanes line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the punt team able to swing him to the ground. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. They move the tight end all over. Give to the running back. Picks his way ahead, pick up of 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
A 3rd and short coming from their own 20-yard line. Back to pass, it's King. Throws to the tight end. Got him downfield. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Back to the ground with the running back. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
I think you run that play on 2nd down knowing it's going to make third down easy. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know third down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
It's third down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? Trying to pick it up on the ground. At the 35, he's got room. Running toward the tape. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
And how about this offense deciding to run the football, be physical, find a hole, get downhill, Palmer, and get the first down?
Yeah, and it helps, too, when you've got a running back like this guy. He just knows how to fall forward and get those hidden yards. Big weapon in this offense.
The explosive play set the table. Now they got to serve the feast. With the run on 1st and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Quarterback sneaks it ahead.
Well, they tried to go quarterback sneak, and I know to a lot of people that's a play we all take for granted. Like, it always works. Quarterback sneaks are designed to get just 1 inch. Somehow you've got to come up and do it. But the defense there, David, they load up and stop them.
Did a great job. Listen, everybody knows what's coming. You know it's a quarterback sneak. It's still hard as heck to stop. But nice job by the defensive line. Get off the football. Don't allow them to go backwards. Don't push you backwards at all. And then what do you see with linebackers? A lot of times they come flying in there, making the stop. But a nice stop by this defense, expecting the quarterback sneak.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. A field goal here would make it a 2-possession game, but they elect to leave the offense on the field on 4th down. Dropping back, it's King. He makes the catch at the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech.
This quarterback really does a nice job seeing the field and reading coverage. And when you go empty and you spread the defense out, it's easier to see what the defense is doing.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14.
That makes the score. Georgia Tech 21, Miami 7.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Set to kick this one away.
The returner will field it and bring it back. He had a vision of getting loose, but he'll go out of bounds at the 18. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a 1-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
He's back to throw on 2nd down. Trying to get to him. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Quarterbacks need time when they're in the pocket to complete throws. That QB had no shot after taking that hit.
Third and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. To the air, it's Ward. Looking for a deep man. He's got it down the left side. He's loose. He's at the 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Hurricane.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. The kickoff team out there and ready to go. He'll call for the fair catch here. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. You can't let our serve get broken.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. On second down, he'll fire. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
Great job by the defense taking away the quarterback's primary target on that play and forcing the incompletion.
Got quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's third down from the 45. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Looking downfield, it's King. Got his man on the right. They convert on third down as he gets it to the 46-yard line. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. And the Yellow Jackets have it with a 1st and 10. Just a short pass to the tight end. Makes the catch and knocked down. Offense, quick tempo. And they got to the line expeditiously, spiked it and stopped the clock.
It's third down.
Let's see what they do here on third and short from the 41. He'll set up to throw. Gets it out fast. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets.
Touchdown.
Well, I'm not sure who was closer to the receiver there, the defensive backs or us here in the booth.
That was great execution on offense. Receiver wins the route one-on-one, shows off his speed, gets himself wide open. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that ball. Nice job.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man.
1st and 10.
They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Looking to the big tight end. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. And that'll do it. Here in the second quarter, halftime has arrived, and we head to the studio.
14.
The Canes will kick it off to start the second half. Fair catch called for and made. The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
We know this guy's a weapon, not just taking handoffs, but he can catch the ball too. That play, not so much. You got to do a better job reeling it in.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Looking downfield, it's King. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. The Yellow Jackets will try to pin them back with the punt. Bringing it back, it's Johnson. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. He's going to pass. Looking for a huge play. Picked off. He'll try to take it back. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. What a play by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick six. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
That's reeled in. It's Martinez. They'll get him stopped at the 45, but it's a big 15-yard pickup and a first down.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Wants to throw. It's Ward. He finds his man. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Throwing the comeback looks like such a simple throw, but the timing is so important.
And as a quarterback, man, this is all about trusting your guy. You know exactly where he's going to sit it down. You anticipate.
Going for it all. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much.
How about the quarterback there? Buying a little bit of time, a little Houdini act, breaking the tackle, breaking the sack. Maybe now you want him to get his eyes back downfield and try to make a play, but the pressure definitely sped him up and forced the incompletion.
Here they come to try it again on 2nd and 10 from the 29. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Feeling some heat. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Sometimes you beat your guy and you get sacked so clean, and sometimes, like on this play, the DBs do a great job covering, make the QB hold the football, and then the rush gets home.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Now adjusting. Pulls it in. It's Restrepo. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
A famous writer once said most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move. Going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Gets drilled as he releases it, and the ball just trickles to the ground.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Going to the running game. It's runs like that that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Eight-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. Using his legs, it's Haynes. And the ball's loose. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it.
Offensive players, when they got the ball in their hand, they're trying to make plays, right? Trying to make you miss. There's nothing better than closing that gap and sticking that head right in that guy's chest and causing a fumble.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Grabbed behind the line, it's Johnson. They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give them a 1st down. And the Canes come to the line in the hurry-up. Dropping back, it's Ward. Dances away to buy time. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was, so he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Lived to fight another down.
He wants to throw it again. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
You know, it's difficult for QB sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Canes!
And it's now the 2nd time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point is good, but they still trail 35-21. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 17-yard throw for the touchdown. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. It gets you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
Running game got stuffed on 1st down, still from their own 25 on 2nd and 10. Pulls and throws off the RPO. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
And that's just a great individual effort by the wide receiver. He catches this ball way short of the sticks, but because he's able to make the defender miss, now he's able to get the extra yards and turn that into an explosive play.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. Went to the running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
there's just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front. As a result, they lose yardage.
Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. Scanning the field, it's Kane. Throwing right. Complete downfield. Got room at the 35. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
And the Yellow Jackets are flying down the field. Using his legs, it's Haynes. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given them a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Fires to the tight end.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play. When it's 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Now on the option. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down.
Georgia Tech, 35. Miami, 21.
And as we start the 4th quarter, they'll try to knock 3 through the uprights. And if they can make this and turn it into a 3-score game, they'll have this one all but locked up. Splits the uprights, it's good. And now the lead is extended a little further. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running.
21.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. Quick pass on the fly motion. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. And the Canes will hustle to the line. Back to throw, it's Ward. He makes the connection. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the 4th quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Looking to move it through the air. Catch in the middle, it's George. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. The Hurricanes will snap it on 1st and 10. Back to the air one more time. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
A first down sack can wreck a drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. He's looking to throw. Going for the big play. And they will score. Touchdown, Miami. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire. You might as well just send everything. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Maybe they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step too here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, it's King. Tight end finds a soft spot. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
And that just shows you the team speed this defense has. As soon as they identify who's got the ball, they are around and surrounding that ball carrier so quickly.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He's going for it all. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. Oh, he was hoping to make something out of that return, but they'll have it first down at the 39.
We still got time. Great job by the defense doing the most important thing, getting the ball back to their offense. Now the offense has to answer the bell. But good job creating the turnover. Now the offense, your turn.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time. It took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Let's see which way they go after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 39. He's looking to throw. Snagged in the middle. It's Restrepo. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. And the Hurricanes moving quickly to the line. Looking to go up top on first down. That's caught. It's Johnson. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
The 15-yard line. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Hurricane! Before that score, considering last rites, now all of a sudden, They're not dead yet. In fact, they're feeling much better, and they're alive, and they've got a chance.
And I'm looking on the field right now. I'm looking at their sideline. They're energized, Reese. After that last score, all of a sudden, they believe they can come back and win this game. This is a totally different-looking team than what we saw earlier.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll call for the fair catch here. The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last bit.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. On the option. He'll pitch it. And he's running in the open. He's at the 30. And he caught that pitch in stride and was off to the races. A big gain and a...
Opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
After a play like that, you have to get it in the end zone on this drive. On the move. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
You know, we talk about quarterbacks having to make quick decisions, and I think you saw it on that play. Nobody opened downfield, and he just decided to take off.
So this offense has the lead. They have the ball. They have the clock on their side and a chance perhaps to put it out of reach. He'll do it himself. Snowed under by the defense.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
They keep pushing forward now, back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the 2nd half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead, now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. Fielded in the end zone. It's Johnson. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And the sack all the way back at the 5.
This is a tough part of the field. You want to try to create some space and give yourself an opportunity not to throw out of your own end zone. They didn't hold up in protection. They give up the sack, but thank goodness they didn't give up a safety.
They'll come to the line and try to get out of this mess on 2nd down from the 5. To throw, it's Ward. Going for the big play. It's complete. A huge pickup. Off he goes. Touchdown, Canes. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. These running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. The give as they work on that clock. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. We've reached the 2-minute warning in this offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. A run for the quarterback. Got the first down and more. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know, the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and, you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's so hard to defend.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. It's Kane. It's complete to the left. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
Hey, guys, this running back's not just catching checkdowns or swing routes. You can get him vertically down the field and let him go to work, especially when you get man coverage. Take advantage.
From the 42, if they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the 4th quarter.
And the coverage team surrounding the ball. No chance for the return man to get in there on that one. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. This is a game of swings and momentum, and a great opportunity here after scoring on the last drive, getting a stop, and now you have the football back.
They're playing well right now in all 3 phases, and they're complementing each other. So now, David, it's up to the offense here. It's up to this quarterback to lead this offense down the field to get a score.
Yeah, and to stay aggressive, to understand we've had success, we got this going the right way. Now I don't need to change anything. Go back to your go-to plays. That's now got you some momentum back in your favor.
No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Looking for a man. It's Ward. He's got it. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. They'll throw it on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Restrepo.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes, trailing late, I think you got to be throwing to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a play calling standpoint, I think you want to think about being a little bit more aggressive.
Throw to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got a big play. And he's chased out of bounds, but not before he gets the first down, stops the clock, and has them on the move trying to get the late score. The Canes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Trying to find his man on first down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
This really has been a masterclass by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like on that last play.
After they couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Lets it fly. That ball is intercepted at the goal line. Taking it the other way. The 40. At the 30. He's at the 10. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. I'm sure they don't like the score, but they haven't done anything about it, so they're just going to have to eat it right now with the way they're getting smacked.
It's just take it, right? I mean, you'd like to say, hey, take a knee, run the clock out. You don't have to run the score up, but I can do something about it, right? All my guys in there still have to fight until the final whistle.
And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10.
That makes the score Georgia Tech 52, Miami 42.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
To kick this one away.
Fair catch called for and made. Extra DBs on the field to defend the pass. Back to throw, it's Ward. Unloads it left. All kinds of room to throw that one in there.
And that's another Miami Hurricane.
Defense backing up, trying to keep everything in front. Well, how about this one? A fun one. These guys came in as underdogs, and they walk out as the winners.
They didn't care they were unranked. That's not what they were worried about. Oh, this team's ranked. They weren't looking at them any different. They were looking to come in and get the W and execute. Great job believing they could come, Jesse, and knock them off.
Yeah, you're right, David. This team came in with something to prove, and they knew they had a national audience that was going to be paying attention to this game. What a great job going out under the lights, big-time stage against a ranked opponent, and really putting their A game out there on the field.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.